everybody, this is Jessica the Book Rock Goddess, and I am here to do my TBR for the month of August. And as many of you know, I planned on participating in the Austin and August event that Misty from Thebookrat Misty is having on her channel. So most of these books will be Austin books. And I do have a couple to break up the monotony that I want to get to this month, so we'll see how that goes. This is not a TBR that I'm going to necessarily stick to because I do have ebooks that are Austin related, and since there's so many books in the list, I may get to them, I may not. If there's one in particular that you would like me to read and review, let me know in the comments and I will try to push it up to the top of the list. So we'll try and see what I can do. And yeah, more than likely, if you guys request one, I will read it because I love Austin and I really have no preference to which ones I read first. I just kind of grab them and then go. Usually all of them sound great, so I don't really care. Okay, so I should get to this. And the first one I got is Darcy's Voyage. And this is a retelling of Pride and Prejudice, but it's a sea voyage one. And so I'm assuming that this is Pemberley, you know, just kind of things I've read on it. I think the boat is Pemberley, so that could be interesting, especially since Darcy being a sea captain. That just has a nice ring to it. Then I have, of course, had to throw this one in. It is Mr. Darcy Vampire, and it's by Amanda Grange, and I've actually read this one already, so I don't know if I'll read it again this time around, but I did enjoy it the first time I read it, and I might have to do a reread for this one, you know, because I'm always in the mood for a good vampire novel. Then I got Vampire Darcy's Desire by Regina Jeffers, and I've had this on my shelf for a while, and it's another vampire one, so it's just kind of thick, so I'll probably get to it. And, you know, who doesn't like a good vampire book? I mean, at least I know I do. And I just can't help myself. And I got another supernatural one. This is Mr. Darcy Bites. And when I first grabbed it, I thought it was vampires. But it is actually, I believe, about werewolves. So that is a cool take on it, too. So I am definitely going to be trying to fit this one in this month. Because I don't think I've done werewolves with any of my Jane Austen books. So I'm kind of excited about that one. Then I have one that I got from the library, and this is Mansfield Park and Mummies. And since the feature book is Mansfield Park, and I already read Mansfield Park for the booktubeathon, which was like, I believe last week or the week before or something like that. It was a week ago. I am going to try to see if I can fit in Mansfield Park and Mummies. I think it would be fun to kind of compare the two books and see what kind of crazy road this author took the book on. And this is by Vera Nazarian. So I just think it would be neat, and maybe post something to Misty's channel or something. You know, it depends on if I get a chance to read it or not. Then I've got For Darkness Shows the Stars by Diana Pettiford, and this one is a sci-fi retelling. I do believe it's a science fiction retelling on I want to say Persuasion. That's it. And I've heard really good things about it. I love Persuasion. Persuasion and Pride and Prejudice are both tied neck and neck for my favorites, and they don't usually do a whole lot of retellings for Persuasion, but let me tell you, some of the best retellings I've read have been about Persuasion, so I'm really excited to do that one. And then I've got my guilty pleasure one, and this is Pride and Prejudice by Annabelle Bloom, and it's the Wild and Wanton edition. And this one probably will get a little steamy and a little graphic, and so depending on your age, you might not want to pick it up. So just be warned, because I have absolutely no idea how it's going to be, because I haven't read a Wild and Wanton edition, but I have read some steamy ones, and some of the authors can get really steamy. So that. And then I've got a modern take on Pride and Prejudice, and this is A Weekend with Mr. Darcy by Victoria Connolly, and I believe this one is just a girl who is obsessed with all things Pride and Prejudice, you know, so, I mean, or all things Austen, so we'll see. I mean, I have a few of those books downstairs still, and we'll see how it goes. But it's supposed to be kind of funny. So, you know, I like funny books too. So, depends on if I'm in the mood for it or not. Then I got, did I show this one? No. The Perfect Bride for Mr. Darcy by Mary Lyndon Simmons. And this is a what if book. So, I always love what ifs. So, I kind of wouldn't mind this one. It says, Mr. Darcy obviously needs the help of a good matchmaker or two. So, you know, what ifs are usually some of my, well, pretty much most favorites. Rereads or whatever of Pride and Prejudice. So, I will have to see that one. Then I have the Dashwood Sisters, which is a modern retelling of Sense and Sensibility, which I'm really interested in this one because of it being a modern retelling. I believe I have Sass and Serendipity, which is also a Sense and Sensibility retelling. I just can't find it right now, so I don't know if I actually bought the book or the ebook version. But if I have that one, I might read those two together and check out the differences in those two and compare them. So we'll see. But then I've got Wickham's Diary by Amanda Grange. And I thought this would be just a cute, because it's a little book, I thought this would be a cute little read to throw in this month because it's under 200 pages, I believe. And I kind of am interested to see what's going on in that little devious mind of Mr. Wickham's. So we'll see. I would love to see what Mrs. Grange does with that. And then I got Austin Sibley Ordinary. And this is by Alyssa Goodnight. And I believe last year Misty had an art copy of this. And she did a giveaway or something about it, but she featured it on her blog from last year. And from what I remember, it sounded really good, so I picked it up. So this is definitely maybe going to go to the top of the list. We'll see. Because, again, this one doesn't look super long because it's under like 250 pages. Then I have Emma and the Vampires. So I love this cover. I mean, Emma's holding the vampire's head. So I just thought that would be really interesting to see Emma Woodhouse as a vampire killer. So we'll see. I'll see if I get to it or not. But this is by Wayne Josephson. So it sounds kind of interesting. Then I got A Wife for Mr. Darcy. And this one is the story of Elizabeth and the woman who stood in her way. And this, of course, is a what if, so I might have to check this one out. I'm pretty sure this might go towards the top of the list. We will see. But it is by Mary Lyndon Simonson. So that one sounds amazing. And this is another what if. And I got it a while back, and I was saving it for Austen in August, or whenever Misty did her thing. And I think I got it, after last year's Austen in August. So this one is The Truth About Mr. Darcy by Suzanne Adria. I don't know how to say the last name, but it sounds like it'll be a blast to read. And so, you know, it's another what if, so got to check that one out. And then this one is a modern take on Pride and Prejudice, and this is Compulsively Mr. Darcy by Nina Beddington, and I've already started it. I'm already a couple chapters in, and I'm already starting to like it. I read it last night, so we'll see how that goes. And then my last Austen book, wow, I got through that pile, is Scones and Sensibility by Lindsay Eland. And this is a juvenile one, and I kind of want to take a look at it and see how it goes. I don't really know. By the title, you would think it was Sense and Sensibility, but it starts talking on the back about Pride and Prejudice. So I'm not really sure where this is going to take, but if it's good, I want to read it and try to get my daughter introduced into the world of it, because, you know, being 14, that's something I think she'd like. And then for my two books that I'm just going to throw in there to read, and that is Shatter Me by Tahara Mafi. And this one was the pick that you guys picked for me that I just didn't get to because of Booktubeathon, but I'm going to definitely try to get to it this month. And then Hallowed by Cynthia Hand. So this is the second to Unearthly, and I loved Unearthly, so I cannot wait to dive into this one. And I actually might read these two together, a couple of chapters here and a couple of chapters there, and see how that goes. So, now that is my TBR. I know it's a mouthful, but like I said before, it's a tentative TBR. Not everything is going to stay in it, and things may change. But I'll let you know how I'm doing, and at the end of the month, I'm hoping to have a wrap up. And hopefully I have a really good reading month, and I hope you guys do too, and I will see you with the next video. Bye. Oh, and don't forget to check out Misty's channel. It will be a blast. Bye, guys.